if these look familiar, it's because I just made these. But the customer that I gave these to was going to initially screw shelves onto here that were about 1.75 by whatever this length is. But they milled their own lumber and they got a little impatient and they didn't want to wait for the wood to fully dry. So he went to go put these on and he was having some problems with the expansion and contraction of the wood joints because we only have 2 holes here. So he sent them back, still painted, and basically what he wanted me to do was throw a slot in here. So that's what I'm doing today. We're over at the mill station and I'm pretty much just putting 1/4 inch slot in every single one of these. So that's gonna be 71 slots in total on this manual machine. So I'm gonna be sitting here for a while, so I figured why not just answer some questions on a live, see what might happen. Here's the setup. Oh, this one's done. Little rotoburr piece here is just a small blade. Once you go through, there's some really sharp metal slivers on there. You don't want to cut your hand on that, so you just go in there and clean up all the corners. Earlier today I had to make a vice jaw extension because I was not able to fit this piece on my tiny little base. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm working with. Oh, this is gonna be really difficult with the camera facing that angle. Oh yeah. And it's super blurry. Basically, got my DRO zeroed out. Well, it was zeroed out. I must have hit it. Close enough. Zeroed out here, and I'm gonna go 5/8 on either side of this piece to basically make an 1.25 inch slot. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna turn this guy on and see if we can make some chips. Oh, that's a little better for you guys there. Hold on tight. All right. If that's too loud, let me know. Hello, Michael. Here we go. It's 1/4 inch high-speed steel end mill. 2 flute, normally used for aluminum, but I'm not trying to break one of my carbide bits on a rework job. Those things are expensive, man. There we go. Pierced all the way through, so I'm going to drop it, try and minimize the chatter. And then we're just going to bring the DRO to 5/8 on both sides of the hole. And try not to break anything while we're at it. This machine is like a hobbyist machine, so you can't really tell right now, but as I'm cutting, the whole thing is just vibrating, like really bad. And it doesn't help that I don't have it bolted to the floor. Really, I should have to throw some concrete anchors in there and just full send it, but it's got to be really soft. I don't know if you can tell it's vibrating or not, but I have like 4 end mills left. That should last me 71 pieces, I hope. Yeah, I hope everyone's weekend was going well. Sunday night, I wouldn't prefer to be doing this, but I got to get this order out of the door. They're coming to pick it up tomorrow. Quarter inch, 3/8. 625. Okay, now we're headed back the other direction. And 0, ease into the cut. Pick back up, we're good. I didn't break anything. If you're gonna break something on one of these end mills, it's gonna be going straight into that back cut. Since I'm full slotting at like, not the full depth of the end mill, but it's taking a lot of cutting forces. I can't tell you how many milling tools I've broken before. In one of my past jobs, I was dealing with like a huge Haas machine, and we had like drill bits that were like this big, and I full on crashed those things into the other machine, and I'm glad it wasn't my money, but big tools, big chips. Hello, Ferez. Come on, don't break, don't break. I really want to get a bigger, nicer machine like a Bridgeport or something. There we go. Good. Now bring it back up. So just like that. This is kind of what it looks like before I deburr everything. You see all these nasty chips and stuff. And I probably shouldn't be touching that with my fingers because I could get a huge sliver. I think I just got one. Oh yeah. Little crispiness. Manzoor Hussein. What's up? You good? These things are super nice. If you guys don't have one, I would highly recommend getting one. I don't know where I got this. Probably one of my old jobs, but speaking of old jobs, I've been getting... So right now I work full-time as an engineer, right? At some company in Wisconsin. And I do all this stuff on the side. But during my day job, I just basically sit there at a desk 24/7 designing things in CAD. What is Manzoor saying? How to work? I don't know. What do you mean how to work? Ooh, flies. Yeah, anyway, so I design stuff in CAD all the time. 24/7, I barely leave my desk. I feel myself starting to get that nerd neck from like, you know, looking at my screen like that. But I've just been getting sick and tired of doing that job because I want to do this full time so badly. And the amount of like money that I could make from this business that I have started versus the amount that I make at the day job, it just does not compare. And I know all of the numbers from what my day job does as an engineer and what my business does. And I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but it's, oh my God. Anybody that's in like that mid entrepreneurial like mindset can probably relate, but it's just so frustrating. And I cannot wait till I can go do this full time. It's gonna be awesome. Here it is all cleaned up. Slot's pretty good. You can see there's a little indentation from where the plasma cutter hit. Can't really get around that, but basically they're just throwing a wood screw in there, so it's not gonna do anything. Only 999 more to go. Oh. I don't have a hard stop, but what I've been doing is just measuring 1 inch off the back of the vise. One inch-ish. ish. Like I said, this is for a woodworking project. Woodworking tolerances are like plus or minus 3 inches. Okay. Good. Set her up. Just like that. Just like that. You guys are in my way. All right. Zero on this DRO. Ish. Bring her down. Yes, sir. This sucks. I was thinking about doing a fixture to do this through like a with my CNC plasma cutter. I don't know if you guys just seen the last video I had out, but it was about basically I was cutting tubing on my CNC plasma cutter with a pretty 65 with like a decent fixture setup. And I was thinking about doing that same thing with this and just having the plasma cutter do it. But I didn't really know how accurate I could get that, repeatable, I should say. I could probably get it pretty accurately, but I don't know how repeatable that would be. Drop some lines in the comment section, maybe some questions I can help ask or answer. Ow. I'll probably do this for another 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes or so. But I really want to pump these out before my bedtime, which is like 8 o'clock. And I can work much better when I don't have to talk, much faster. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, my handle came off. Jesus. Come on. Another one. Another one. Ow. Oh. I'm super excited. I have a new project that I'm dealing with. It's going to be probably one of the bigger products that I'm going to be pushing out. And I'm not going to be able to sell it online because it's going to be way too freaking big. But what it is a mini skid steer bucket. So that's kind of a sneak peek for the, I don't know when that video is going to come out, but maybe in like a month or 2 months. One of my previous jobs, I actually worked at a skid steer attachment manufacturer. and I really enjoy doing that kind of work. The product was awesome, and you're dealing with thick, heavy steel a lot of the times. Like, we made a bucket one time. It was probably like 8 feet wide and made of like 1 inch thick plate on the back wall. It was ridiculous. And it was my job to pretty much guide the welders through all of that, how to fabricate it, make some of the drawings, the fixturing with all of that. Basically just, because one of those buckets we didn't make very often, so we didn't really have a whole lot of documentation on that. What is the machine that you are using called, and how does one operate it? This is a mill, a vertical milling machine. And basically, it's really, really simple. It just has 3 axes, one being the Z-axis, up and down. So kind of like a CNC plasma cutter. It all has the same axes and stuff. But this handle, you move the X-axis, and this one, which I'm not going to move because I have it set, is the Y-axis, so it'll move the carriage back and forth this way. And the reason that's important is right here, right there, if the freaking light, if you see this guy right here, this is basically a really sharp piece of metal. I've cut myself on it like 5 times already. And it rotates and basically just cuts the metal. It's called an end mill. And you just make little chips out of this, and it makes really, really accurate, repeatable cuts. Pretty simple to operate. This specific model is an Enco. It's like a Chinese clone. Chinese clone of a Bridgeport. But simple machines. I've always wanted one of my own, so I was super excited to get this. If you guys seen that video, I actually traveled all the way down to Virginia to pick this machine up, and my lathe is over there. So that was a drive and a half, but for the price point, I picked this machine up for this one and that one for, oh man, what did I pay for that? $1,500, I think it was? Yeah. What a steal. What a steal. And basically this display out here, if you guys ever seen one of these, there's a glass scale on the back of each one of these ways, and it displays where you're at, the measurement of where you're at. So, is that to cut or do shapes on metal? Yes, both actually. Watch, I'll show you an example right here. So right now I'm just cutting a slot. I'm using the Z-axis to go down. Natalie, get out of here. You're supposed to be swimming. Oh yeah. Slots on slots. The more rigid a machine is, the faster and like larger cuts you can run. Since this thing's tiny. I mean, granted, this thing still weighs probably 2,000 to 1,500 pounds, but it's nowhere near the industrial capabilities that I'm used to. Something like this, I'd be running close to maybe like 8,000 RPM and just flying. Right now, I'm probably doing like maybe 1,000. And I'm really surprised I haven't breaking anything yet. Oh, that scared me. A motorcycle just drove by. I thought that was a machine breaking down. Congratulations on the new hardware in my shop. I have 3 mills, all pretty small though. Ursula. What kind of mills do you have? I was thinking about getting like a small benchtop one, but I need something with a little bit more kick in the butt. I really wanted to get a CNC machine. How many do you have left? I have a lot left. Natalie, you're actually doing the right thing. Dude, I still probably have like 60 left. So if you want to get out of the pool and come do some of these for me, it would be much appreciated. Another one. Do it, girl. Hey, Natalie, did you see that? She's laughing very loudly. Man, these things get really hot. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. You have a Shoreline 500. It's CNC'd, and a millwright, and an Arboga Mastiner? Made in Sweden. Well, I don't know what those are, but that sounds awesome. Any kind of CNC machine, man, makes your life 100 times easier. Not to mention your ability to monetize that advantage over something like this. This is pretty versatile, but you pick up a CNC machine. Chop, chop, Natalie. Come on, I need some help. Hey, if you could get her to come in here and help me, I would really appreciate it. Everyone just peer pressure. Peer pressure Natalie into coming in here and milling a few of these for me. Another one. It actually cuts the best. Natalie, do your job. Yes. Somebody's got to do it. There we go. if Ursula is still here, do you have your own like business? Do you make your own products, or are you just like a random machine shop? I'm trying, Michael. It's like, well, it's cooling off now that the sun's going down, but it was getting pretty warm for a while. I'm getting a little sticky. Back the other way. But yeah, as far as these lives go, just a job shop, Ursula. That's good. Are you working full time at that shop, or is it is that something that you're striving for? Oh, with two is much better. I don't know if you can use two people to run one of these machines. I mean, I'm sure we can figure out some way. .25. Yeah, nothing really precision. Man, that was a hard word to say there for a second. Precision. As far as the lives go, I'm going to be trying to do one live a week, probably on the weekends, whether that's me just finishing up a job that I'm doing just like this, or something, cleaning the shop. There's always something to do, man. 65, done. Another one. Look at all these chips. Look at all these things. Delicious. One thing I don't have in here is an air compressor. It'd be so nice. Basically, I am the air compressor right now. Just my lungs. I'm a machine. Can I break? Yeah, but it's pretty much just gonna be a lot more of this, just over and over and over and over again. I'll show you guys my pile that I have started. Check it out. And a picture of the lathe. But it's down here. A little pile. But they're all coming out pretty good. So the lathe, not bad. Not bad, little tiny guy. I haven't really had a project to use on this yet, but once I go to make that mini skid steer bucket and a few more attachments, I'll definitely needing to use those to make bushings and stuff like that for rotating parts. But here's the mill. Oh, that's a terrible view. It's the company that makes it worth. The company that makes these? I don't think the company makes these anymore. I think this company no longer exists. At least I could not find it on... The guy who originally made this was... Well, these machines are Enco, but I believe MSC Industrial bought them. I think. But I tried to go on their website, and both of these machines are discontinued. But would it be worth it? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're doing. For me, for the price point, definitely worth it. Definitely. Definitely worth it. Oh yeah. Another thing. I don't know what it is, but when you go live, the quality of the video just goes downhill like crazy. Like when I'm recording this on my phone, I mean, granted, it's only, I think it's 1080p, but right now I'm looking at it, it's like, it's terrible. Ursula says, more of a hobby gone out of control. I started watching your channel because of the JD's garage build. I recently built one too, only the small one. Enco is long gone. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And yeah, man, the JD's garage CNC plasma cutters, I kind of had mixed feelings about those. The lathe bed, hold on, let me go look at the nameplate. (12x36) gear head, and the bed's probably like 4 feet long. But yeah, I've been telling everybody who's gotten the JD's Garage CNC plasma cutters, people keep asking me like, well, was it worth it to build it? And my answer every single time is, if you're trying to start a business, I would not build the machine unless you are in a very, very tight monetary place. And if that's where you are, you probably should not be looking to start a business. You should probably be trying to stay afloat, get your legs underneath you, and then maybe think about it. Which, if I could go back and do it over again, I said I probably would have just bought the Langmuir Systems Crossfire Pro. Keep up the good work. Well done, sir. What about you, Natalie? Yes. I don't know if she's still watching. Back the other way. Yeah, long weekend, definitely not looking back. Not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow. I don't mind my job, it's just so boring compared to this stuff. I'd be doing this, I could do this stuff all day long and not even, I wouldn't have to eat lunch, I wouldn't have to do anything. Because it's working on me and myself, and I'm not making somebody else a butt ton of money. I'll probably do this one here, and then we'll probably cut the stream, but I'll show you guys a sign that I made a little while ago, because I'm trying to get verified on Google my business. Just so when people like search up, you know, like CNC plasma cutting near me, or welding repair in the area, then I get more leads that way. The sign kind of looks like poop, but Google requires you to basically send in a video of your property. There you go, 625. And on the property, you have to have a sign of your business for some reason. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I know maybe they changed that rule, but I know guys in college that were making like fake businesses. And maybe that's probably why they started implementing that. They were making fake businesses with just really awkward names. And I gotta go through all these hoops just to get signed up. Looking pretty good. All right. Come check this sign out. Yeah, I live way out in the middle of nowhere. It's super nice. There's no people. I got a few neighbors, but pretty much all farmland all the way around. And this is my shop on the outside. The shop building itself is disgusting. I have rafters in there. If you guys look at when I first moved into this building, all of the rafters are like completely rotted out. So the whole building is basically held together by a giant ratchet strap. The concrete's all shot and everything else, but pretty crazy. So here's my sign that I had to make. It's all backwards now. But basically, business name, what I'm doing, and phone number. So this is why maybe we should all start a parallel society. A parallel society. You'd have to explain more on that. Did you quit the live stream? Okay. Your new best friend keeps wanting you to come on. Where's the mill? Yeah. But so that's that, guys. I'm gonna go quick get all these taken care of. Everybody who watched, I appreciate it. That's what I thought. I have a Jet 1024 gearhead and a 9A54 South Bend and a 1596 South Bend. Dude, you have a lot of equipment. Holy crap. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hopefully you're putting that all to good use and really getting some skills, some knowledge, and completing a lot of jobs. But yeah, I'm gonna get this done. Thanks to everyone who is tuning in Sunday night. Good luck next week. Everybody going to work. Everybody working for themselves. Continue to do it, man. All right, guys. See you later.